Hello, artists! This week in art, we will be finishing up our winter projects. I'm really excited to see these finished. I know you guys worked really hard on the background painting last week. So you will need that for this week. So make sure you have that painting nearby. It should be nice and dry now. And then the other things that you need are scissors, a glue stick, your black oil pastel, your orange construction paper, and the white paint that's left from last week. If you don't have any paint left from last week, you can use a white crayon or a white colored pencil. And then if you're using paint, you'll need a paintbrush. Okay, so when we talked about shapes a few weeks ago, we learned that a shape is when a line is enclosed. So when one end of a line meets the other end of a line, we have a shape. And there is a geometric shape, a circle. And then there can also be organic shapes that are not like the regular shapes we're used to. So let's see. This is still a shape. It's a line that's enclosed, but that's more of an organic shape. All right, I'm gonna flip this over now so we can get started on our shape fox. All right, so with your black oil pastel, we're gonna draw 3 different shapes to make our fox. So the first one, and if you wanna take your finger first and draw with me before we use our oil pastel. So we're gonna draw a triangle about the size of maybe the palm of your hand. And instead of being a regular triangle, we're gonna give it kind of a curve at the top to make those ears. So watch me before you start. So I'm gonna start making a regular triangle, but at the top, I'm gonna put a curved line here. And that's gonna become the ears of our fox. So this is more of an organic shape. So I know this is my fox head. I'm gonna give him a nose, the very tip, and then 2 eyes. Maybe I'll do little sleeping eyes on my fox. Okay, our next shape is going to be the body of the fox. I'm not gonna draw them all together because we're gonna cut these out and glue them together on our background. So our next shape is a geometric shape. It is a rectangle, and it should be about the same size as your fox head. All right, and then our last shape that we need to put our fox all together is the shape of the tail. And it's gonna be kind of like our triangle head where it's a little bit different. So it's gonna be like an oval, but a little bit different. So I'm gonna start drawing an oval, but instead of finishing it like a regular oval, I'm gonna add a tip to it. So this isn't really an oval, so I would also call that an organic shape. It's a little bit different than an oval. And so this is my tail, and this is the tip of my tail, and I'm gonna do a zigzag line. Remember those lines? Because this is a spot on our fox that will be white. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the rectangle. Zigzag line at the top. All right, so after you have your 3 shapes done, you're going to cut those shapes out. Remember, when we're using scissors, our scissors are always pointing away from us, and we are moving our paper to help our scissors out. We're never gonna turn the scissors to face us. All right, I have already cut out another fox. Let me grab that. Once you have all your fox pieces cut out, you need your painting. There's my winter background painting, and you need your glue stick. And we are gonna glue our fox together just like a puzzle. So we're gonna start with the rectangle, the body of the fox. So flip that over, and when you're using a glue stick, you just wanna go around the edges of the shape. You don't need glue in the middle. You don't need to press too hard. All right, and you're gonna put the body about where you want your fox to be. So I think I want my fox to be right in the center, the star of the show. And next, I'll do my fox head. Same thing, glue just around the edges. And I'm gonna have his head kind of tilted. You wanna put it right on top of his body because now we're putting our fox puzzle all together. And then the last shape is that tail. And I'm gonna put it just right there at the bottom of our fox. All right, so now I'm gonna use that white paint to add some white parts to my fox. So if you have the paint, you can use it, or if you wanna use a crayon, a white crayon, or a white colored pencil, that'll work too. And I'm just adding a little bit where foxes typically have some white fur. Maybe I'll put a little in his ears too. I think that might be fun. Kind of looks like he got snowed on a little bit out there. All right, so there's my fox, and now the background is behind him, the winter background I painted last week. If you want, this is the last step is optional if you want to add some winter trees. So this is nighttime, our trees are looking dark and bare, and so you can take your oil pastel. Maybe I'll start one on my second hill here, and I'm just gonna add some tree branches next to my fox to make my picture a little more interesting. Maybe I'll add one on this side, starting at my first hill. Think about the different lines that we used a few weeks ago in art and how you can use those lines to make our trees. I'm doing small lines and long lines. All right. So that's it. I am done with my shaped fox, my winter painting. I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm really excited to see all of your foxes when you're done. Have a great time with this, and have a great week.